Hey everyone, Mike Klingler here. I want to do a quick update on USI-tech. I just not going to make slides or anything. Just quick update for January 30th, Sunday or Tuesday. Here somebody posted interesting USI transaction today. Some of you might have noticed this. As many of you have experienced last night, which would have been Monday night, USI had used my balance to do an unauthorized rebuy of 19 packs. And we had a lot of people in our group, complaining about that, upset about that. And he said, I don't have automatic rebuy. So he apparently never had that turned on. Today, the 19 packs have been taken off and my balance restored. Personally, I think this is a good sign of USI's intent to be fair with us. I'm going to talk about this and some other things with USI and my thoughts around it all, and it kind of a follow-up from my other video, that you'll see likely on this same YouTube channel about the legal issues with USI and so forth. But first, let me speak to the haters out there and the negative people out there. Like, you really aren't relevant to this discussion. I'm not promoting USI with this video. The person who's posting this video, you'll see that there's no link to USI. So that's not what's happening. What we're doing is having a discussion with people that were or are in USI. And so if you're not looking for a positive outcome with USI, you're not wanted here. Now you can post, hate and all that kind of stuff, and we can just remove it, or maybe sometimes ignore it for a little while and remove it later. It's just, I want you to understand just how irrelevant you are to this discussion if that's you. And if you have a lot of time to waste and hang out in circles that you have no interest in, it just says a lot about your character, and we're not interested. Okay, so with that out of the way, I'm not promoting USI. You'll see there's no link below my video to promote USI. If other people are using this video, I have asked them not to promote USI underneath the video, but they certainly might be promoting something else that I'm offering that helps people find constructive ways to generate commissions in cryptocurrency without violating regulations and so forth. That's a choice that the person using this video gets to make. I am supporting USI and figuring out a solution and a resolution to everything. And I have some suggestions, in fact, about, let me pull something up, a post that I made. I have some suggestions about what they might be able to do. So if you see this suggestion and you agree with it, that I'm going to share with you, well, I know you're going to see it because I'm going to share it with you right now. But if you agree with this, about how USI can build confidence again, and you know any leadership in USI, please pass this on to them. I had posted what would really build confidence in USI-tech again is if we could hit that withdraw button and got the Bitcoin in our wallet like in 30 minutes, which is possible if they pay higher mining fees. And Davercoin did this. Not that Daver is a pillar example of good, how things should be done right now. They're struggling in all kinds of issues. But nonetheless, the speed of their withdrawal was amazing, and it built a lot of confidence. I would prefer to see USI make our withdraw maximum very low at first, if they have to. Like if they're having an issue with funds, if they could just make it so we can't withdraw that much, I would prefer that if it meant we could see a withdraw button a lot sooner in the US and Canada. I think that would help internationally. I don't know if they realize this, but I think it would significantly benefit all of USI across the entire, internationally, if everyone saw that the US and Canada had a withdraw button. To not have one at all is the word demoralizing, and it's almost demeaning. It's just like so disrespectful in so many ways. And while I can understand why there might be a limit to, you could change the limit of what you can take out, even if it's very low per day. We need to see that withdraw button if we're going to have confidence. And I don't think it's just in the US and Canada. I think around the world. So if they want to be able to get the wheels cranking again and get revenue coming in again and build that confidence, that's the place to start, is that withdraw button. Now, in the last video, and you guys can find it if you haven't seen it, maybe it's on the channel you're watching right now. A few days ago, I did an update on USI and the legal stuff, and I got a lot of flack for it from people who hate USI and all that. And again, like I said at the beginning, it's just kind of, their opinions are completely irrelevant. I'm talking to people who are in USI or were in USI and want to see a positive outcome and want to contribute to that. I think USI is working very, very hard to do the best they can. Can they do better? I think so. I think that would be in communication, and it also would be in things like I'm talking about, like bring a withdraw button back to the US and Canada now. And even if you have to set that, that limit really low, we need to see consistency and we need to see something. So, like I said, I would prefer to see USI make our withdrawal maximum very low if it had to be. If that meant we could see a withdraw button sooner in the US and Canada, and if that meant that the amount we did withdraw arrived quickly. There's just something really depressing about clicking the withdraw button and then having to wait a long time. And we know it can be done because I saw it in Davercoin, which I do not recommend, by the way, and I will never recommend from this point forward to anybody. But I did experience Davercoin's withdraw feature, and it worked really, really fast, and that built a lot of confidence. And so I know from that experience, and I heard from others too, that if USI did that, it would build a lot of confidence. So again, I want to be really, really clear. If they don't have the financial budget right now in the coffers to, open up the withdraw button just openly with the old rules, then lower the maximum, lower that limit, and let it happen faster. That would build a lot of confidence, as every time we hit that, even if we just got very little, we got it fast. It's the waiting, and then pretty soon you're not waiting just 1 day, but then 2 days, and then 3 days. I'm telling you, man, that's a problem. Like, lower the amount that you let people withdraw, but let it happen fast, and start communicating milestones that you can actually hit. It's vital. It's absolutely vital. Now, a lot of times I will announce that I'm going to do something, but I won't give a date. If I miss the date, then I communicate again that I've missed the date. And, I understand, like, I don't have a lot of the resources that USI has, and I will often miss my milestones, but I will communicate when those change. It still says on their site something about 48 hours. I mean, that was 2 weeks ago that something was supposed to happen in 48 hours. Like, it's okay if you miss your milestones, but that you have to communicate it. So a big step in all of this is withdraw button back, lower the limit if you have to, but make the Bitcoin land fast. It would build confidence so much. So pass it on to your leadership as a suggestion. And then again, when you miss your milestones, communicate, acknowledge that you missed them, and let us know where it's at. And sometimes you just don't know when you're going to hit them, and say so. All we need to see is consistency and integrity on the important things. And integrity can be, you can make adjustments. Like, for example, the limit of what you can withdraw, it's reasonable that could be adjusted in a scenario like this when your coffers have been emptied by people taking advantage of the system. By the way, I don't want to hear from haters who don't believe USI. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff. Yes, people could have easily taken advantage of the compensation plan system and taken out more than the 2 Bitcoin limit per day and totally milked the coffers. I saw that as a possibility a long time ago. People that don't understand how it all works, they think, oh, but the compensation plan had it built in for people to make that compensation anyway. What you're not understanding is there was a 2 Bitcoin per day per limit, and some people had such large organizations, they flew way past that. They had hundreds of thousands of people in their organization, and there were lots of people with 50,000, 60,000, 100,000 people in their organization, and they were making 10 Bitcoin a day or more. And when it was priced at $20,000 a Bitcoin, that's $200,000 a day that people could have overdrawn on, or you could have taken out 2 a day, so 18 Bitcoin. It would have been somewhere at that time around $160,000 a day. So in 10 days, that's 1.6 million. In 30 days, that's 5 million roughly extra coming out from one account. So yes, people could have milked it. And if that happened, then we want to work with USI to help. But what I'm saying is, then don't let it take 5 days to get the withdrawal after you hit the button. It creates incredible uncertainty and a lack of confidence, and it's no way the company can come back with that. Instead, lower the amount we can withdraw, deal with the aftermath of that, and then just make it so when we hit that button, we get it right away. That's what we need to see, is some kind of integrity in that regard. Now people will claim, well, you're out of integrity because we're supposed to be able to, do 2 Bitcoin a day. You can change the day-to-day rules based on challenges, and as long as you're communicating those, you can change that withdraw. But you got to have some kind of integrity. So that's what I'm recommending. Pass it on to your leadership. Something else I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to be personally promoting USI again until I know from all 50 states in the United States that's okay with the SEC division in that state. Until I know that, I will not be promoting USI again regardless. However, I think that there are ways to go about it, and I'm glad to see USI is trying and very well might figure it out. But personally, I'm not going to. Now, I'm not telling you guys what to do. That's just me. I'm also not going to be promoting any other lending platforms until I know that it doesn't violate the regulation of the 50 states. And if it does, let's say if like Washington, the state of Washington has an issue, then when I promote something, I'm going to say, this is not for people in the state of Washington. Like, I'm going to be really clear about that. So look for that going forward. And if you want to stay close to what I'm doing and everything, you're going to find a link under this video. It's not promoting any programs or anything. It's just, at least not at this time, that could change in the future. But right now, I'm just going to be sharing the system that we use to generate leads. And while it might refer to programs and stuff that are out there that provide additional value, at this particular time right now, you don't need to pay for anything. You don't need to sign up for anything. I just have one request, and if you want to use the system, I ask that you find a video in our group that gives you some steps that you have to take, like you're going to upload a video, and you're just going to do a couple things for me, and we'll give you access to our lead generation system for free. And you're going to get lots of updates about what I'm doing, what I'm promoting that is within the confines of the regulatory compliance issues without concern, what I'm doing, but it won't require you to do anything. So look for the link underneath this video if you're interested in that. But I'm really rooting for USI-tech. Feel free to upload this video or other videos that I make and upload them to your channel to keep people updated. What I'm looking for is that withdraw button. And again, like I said, you can make it so when we hit that withdraw button, the money comes out fast. And if you can't afford it to be very high, then set the limit low, but let us see the response quickly. That's what I want everyone to pass on to their leadership, and hopefully it will rise up to USI. That will build confidence worldwide. And people, because when people are able to withdraw what they're told they're able to withdraw, and you get it right away, that builds the confidence. Now we feel more comfortable. Go ahead and buy more packages. If you're outside the US, promoting, etc. One other thing, if you're outside the US or Canada, it's on you to be the leadership to take this thing home. Us in the US and Canada have our hands tied. You need to be the leadership if you're outside the US and Canada to bring this thing home. If I lived outside the US and Canada, I'd be totally like promoting the heck out of USI and helping people understand what's going on and championing the company. It's on you guys. All right, guys. Hope this helps. I'll keep you posted.